Yeah, welcome to the show. This is the Jay and Cody show. Cody is back. I remember updating you guys on his illness yesterday. Actually, when I did the show with my parents,
Oh, you did one with your parents?
I did, and I told them about how you had met a girlfriend
Yeah.
at RuPaul's drag show.
Yeah, sure.
And then you had that
Yeah.
reconstructive anal surgery.
Yeah, no, it went really well. Thanks for asking.
I'm
Appreciate
glad.
that.
I'm glad. You know, we were worried about you.
Well, it's. I didn't realize how tedious of a process it was. You open your scrotum and then you just make one long slit, basically, all the way to my asshole, and it just. I tell you what, it's sore. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing I haven't handled before.
No, it looks good.
Thanks.
And very, very positive.
I thought so.
So
But
all your R&R time,
mm-hmm.
did you watch the debate?
I didn't watch the debate, but I did watch clips, highlights. I can't even call them lowlights of the debate. That was a shit storm.
I didn't watch it live, obviously, but I did. There was one night where my kid woke up at like 2 or 3 in the morning and would not go to fucking back to sleep. And in my head, I'm like, okay, what can I find that will bore him? And so I found the debate, and like I just watched the entire fucking debate. I watched, and he was still awake. It was like 5 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, go to sleep. I'm too tired. But I mean, I know the big thing we got to talk about. Everyone's excited about is Ken Bone.
Oh my god, yes, Ken Bo. That is my man. For real. That dude is getting so much pussy right now.
Hey, like, can you imagine being Ken Bone right? I mean, and no, he's not. I mean,
I know, he's really not, but
you know, like Chris Hardwick mentioned him on At Midnight.
yeah.
And so he tweeted Chris Hardwick, and he was like, "Hey, thanks for the promo, bro. Anytime you want me on, I'll be on." And fucking Chris Hardwick's not gonna have you on.
No.
Ken Bone.
No.
You know?
It was funny though
Like, he
because
thinks he's like a celebrity now.
I know.
You know?
And like somebody was talking to him. It was just like a screenshot of the quote unquote interview. Ken was like, I used to have 7 Twitter followers. My grandma was 2 of them because she had to make one. Like, that's awesome.
He had one Twitter post.
Yeah.
And you know what it was and who it was to?
No.
It was to Selena Gomez.
Nice.
Is it though?
Well, I mean, a dude can
This was
dream.
3 years ago.
Oh.
Right? Ken Bone's like 37 now, so he'd been like 34. She's what, 21 now?
Yeah.
22? So
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, Ken Bone's got some.
I saw this.
He's got some issues, but it was she made a post and it was about empowering women or something, and he was like, "I hear you, sister. You do so much for the movement, and you know." Something about being all about women. And you know what she wrote back to him?
What'd she write back?
That.
Nothing?
Right.
Oh.
Nothing at all.
I was like,
And that was the only post he ever put on Twitter. That was
yikes.
it.
I saw this funny, like somebody screenshotted this conversation. He was talking to this girl, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we can hang out later, watch a movie, and then we." And he just sent a picture of Ken Bone. She was like, "What?" He was like, "Then we can bone." It's like, no, I want to use that.
But you can't.
I know.
Because you don't talk to any women.
No,
You're
they're all
unpopular.
guys. Remember, that's what the whole drag thing was about.
Hey, you know what? They're women after
Yeah,
the
well.
process. Respect them.
That's true. I know.
Like, many good women. Like Bailey J. and
Very respectable.
I can't remember the Mia Isabella. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Very attractive women. But no, like, I can't believe Ken Bone took off from that.
Oh, I know.
Because I watched the entire debate, and I basically missed him.
Right?
I was doing something else. Like, I think I was, well, probably pleading with death to go to bed, but, like, and I kind of like, I'm like, hey, wait, I didn't see Ken Bone. So, like, I ended up rewinding it so I could see. And, like, he just asked a normal question.
Yeah, I know.
The thing I love, though, is his, like, he has a whole story. Like, do you know the red sweater? Do you know why he was wearing the red sweater?
No.
He was going to wear this olive suit that his grandpa.
Ugh.
It was a nice olive suit, he explains. And he sat down to get into his car and he ripped the pants
Nice.
right down the ass, and yeah, so he had
That's awesome.
to put on his race sweater.
That, I don't know. It looked nice. I mean, did you hear that? Like 2 days after, crap, I can't remember what online store it was.
I saw it.
Yeah, and they'd like sold out.
Sold out of the red
I was like,
sweater.
let's go.
But Cam Soda has offered him $100,000 for some, like, it's an hour long. He's gonna like host a porn thing. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what Cam Soda is.
I don't either.
And I know a lot of porn sites.
Yeah.
But and I don't know what he's got to do for that $100,000. I mean, either way, if I was him, I would take it.
Oh yeah,
instant.
for sure.
At the end of this week, we're all gonna be like, "Hey, remember Ken Bone?" No, yeah, me neither. You know, I mean, he's not. He's nowhere like Joe the plumber.
No.
You know,
no.
He doesn't. He asked one stupid question.
Right.
He looked ridiculous. He wishes he was gonna be Harambe.
He looked like a stud. He'll never be Harambe.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's gonna be like dicks out for Ken.
No, I mean he's not. He's got a week.
Yeah. Tops.
He's not even the trending thing of October, you know.
Right.
But aside from that, I guess it's hard to ask you if you didn't watch the full thing, but I will, because that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Who do you think won the debate?
I hate that question. Honestly, I don't know, because I feel like it's hard for me to pick winners in this thing. If I absolutely
Definitely
had to,
not the American people.
no. If I had to pick, I would say Gary Johnson. How
Gary
about
Johnson's never won anything.
that? I know. No, probably Trump.
See, for me, it was Hillary.
Really?
Like, she won me over 100%.
Really?
And, you know, I've always been like, yeah, I'm going to vote for Hillary because I have to.
Right.
But after seeing her and her answers,
yeah,
I was like, yes, I'm 100. The one thing that got me was the tax.
Yeah.
Did you hear, like, his Trumple down effect?
Yes.
I mean, he's going to take, he said, corporate tax, which is 35%, take it to 15%. Lower the amount that the super rich pay. And the middle class will get a tax cut as well. Who the fuck is paying taxes?
Right.
Like, I know we don't like paying taxes, but come on, we gotta pay taxes. And...
Right. Well,
you know, like Warren Buffett, he kept bringing up like Warren Buffett and George Soros and how they don't pay. But like Warren Buffett is one of those guys who's like, I want to be taxed higher.
Yeah.
I mean, he's come out and said like, I should be taxed a lot higher than your average person.
But well, Warren Buffett's also a very respectable man.
Yeah.
And a lot of rich people aren't. Honestly, they aren't. One of the things that kind of caught my attention was their tax plans. It compared how much debt it'll add to America. And Trump, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I know that Trump was like $5 trillion, I think, and then Hillary was like $8 billion, somewhere around there. Point is, it's a significant difference.
Well, because no one's paying in
Right.
on Trump's. I mean,
Right.
somehow,
Right.
you know, which I think is just like I've said it before. Trickle down effect has never worked.
No.
Will never work.
No. It won't.
I can't believe there's like so many stupid Republican people I know that believe in this. And I'm like,
Oh, I know.
It hasn't worked yet. What makes you think? Well, on paper. See, if we give them extra money, they'll create jobs. No, they won't. They'll fucking keep it.
That's the problem, though. It's on paper.
And it's all based on these certain people doing the right thing.
On
they're
paper,
not
communism
going to.
looks great.
Yeah, me and Tom Morello think it still works.
Communism or socialism?
Socialism.
I was going to
sorry.
say, there is a difference there.
Well, actually, I think Tom Morello, don't misquote me, but I think Tom Morello is a communist.
Is he really?
I think so. I think all those guys are.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they wear the red
That's true.
armband with the hammer and the sickle.
That's true.
I believe in Marxism.
Communists.
You know what? And we grew up in a time where that wasn't really even a thing, so...
Yeah.
It's not, to me, it's not. Like,
Right.
Oh, no. I hate
I know.
Yeah, whatever.
The Red Army.
Yeah, I don't care. Although quickly, when we're talking about that, I saw something on CNN where they basically said we're looking at we're gonna have to deal with a confrontation between us and Russia,
Yeah.
and it's gonna come. I find it weird though. Like that was probably the fifth story, and there wasn't that much on it. Like I was trying to read into it. I'm like, this is fucking huge. If we're gonna go toe to toe with Russia,
Yeah.
I mean, I know that there's been a lot of stuff, especially with Syria, and we're dealing with stuff with them, and it's kind of an issue. But I still feel like that should be way bigger
Yeah.
than Trump molesting 2 women or 2 girls.
Yeah.
Like, that was the top stories. Like,
Right.
like, oh, fuck. Trump raped a 13-year-old girl. I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
And like, who cares?
I saw this one post on Facebook today. It was an article, and I kind of just skimmed through it because I didn't have data, and I don't know where I'm at data-wise because
Who
complications.
supported the article?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
That really is, but because I honestly I was in and out of there in about 30 seconds.
'Cause I went on this rant yesterday talking about how I hate the fact that everybody takes their news off of Facebook.
Well, I don't take my news off of Facebook, but it is a good way to look into things, and I haven't looked into it yet. But basically, the headline just said, Putin warns that if it's Hillary, it's war. And I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be war, but I don't feel like we're going to be on as good terms. And people can bash Trump for being buddy-buddy with Putin, but I feel like in a sense that's a good thing, because I, for one, do not want to get into a war with Russia. They'll fuck us up. They really will.
Part of it, I don't know if you know where that comes from at all, but
What?
they believe that the hacking that's gone down has affected the polls and stuff, all that, has came from Russia.
Right.
Like, Trump is paying them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Paying them to do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the article I was talking about was that we actually caught Russia doing that. Yeah, so we don't want to be friends with those guys. Like, in no way possible do we want to be friends with those. I mean, we don't want
to be enemies
go
with
to
them.
war with them either. We got other shit to deal with.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess I don't know enough. I mean, I know about Crimea. I know about all that stuff. Like, and yeah, it's fucking horrible. But there's fucking horrible shit going around everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the thing that we really want to stand and be like, oh, we're going to go back into a war. And if we have Trump, we probably will. Even if it's Russia.
See, I don't think so.
Trump doesn't allow anyone to be cool. I mean...
Right. I don't think we will with Russia if Trump's president. I really don't, because him and Putin are buddy-buddy. I think we've got a higher chance...
close. I mean...
I think we've got a higher chance with Russia if Hillary gets president than if Trump does.
I disagree. Democrats don't like going to war.
No.
Republicans do. And someone like Trump is very volatile.
He is.
You push the wrong button, he's pissed off and whatever. But no, for me anyway, going back to the debate, it was the tax plan thing that I was... Because it was the only real thing they talked about.
Yeah.
Like, Trump didn't answer a single question.
No, not really.
And I loved it when the moderator actually, like, asked the question again. Like, since you didn't answer it,
right,
we want you to answer it, and he still didn't give a real... Like, that's what I hate about... I've seen a lot of people talk about Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you vote for that guy? Like, he, for one, can you name a leader, a global leader, someone in the world? All I can think about is Mexico's ex-president. Dude, I can fucking name, someone, any other country's leader.
Right.
I mean, you got a bunch of them. How can you not? But, no, like, that's the way I get. Like, when I'm listening to Trump, it doesn't seem like he has any clue what he's going to do.
Yeah. I feel like he's kind of just running into this hoping for the best.
He had some great lines, I'll give him that.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he was funny.
Yeah.
He was quick, but
that
doesn't secure anything.
And plus, that's not technically a good thing when you're in the Oval Office, because if you are quick and smart off to some country, boom.
Yeah.
They're pissed at us. That's
pissed,
great.
Yeah.
And the other problem is he hates Britain. or England, sorry. And England's one of our big allies.
They're the biggest ally.
Yeah.
We have, yeah.
And so we don't really want to be on the bad side of them, and we will be with Trump, I feel like, because
We will.
he
yeah.
fucking hates them. And I don't know why.
Like, and I got so sick of the fucking email thing coming up.
Oh, I know.
Like, that was all he was talking about was the email thing. I'm like, ugh. Like, I wanted him to address something to say more than, like, it was just locker room talk and I apologize.
Right.
And that's been a thing everyone's questioning. You know, some people are saying, yeah, guys talk like that. I don't know if they do. I'm a guy. I will say explicit things.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I'd be like, well, if a woman wants her or not, I'm going to go grab her by the pussy.
Right. Right.
For one, that's creepy. Who the fuck says
Oh,
that?
I know. Grab her by the pussy.
That's just fucking weird. It's like trying to grab a snail.
Come here.
Keep sliding out of your hand. But also, like, I don't know, we do say very fucked up things about women.
Yeah, but it's also kind of joking. Keep in mind.
It is, and he seemed very
He seemed
honest.
he seemed really
like,
serious about it.
You know, also, locker room talk. This from a guy who probably hasn't been in a locker room in like the mid-60s, you know?
Right.
God, he's gotten fat.
Oh, he has.
Like, he's damn near obese.
Trump?
Yeah.
I feel like if he wasn't so tall, he
See,
would
I
be
like
very-
to see what he looks like without a suit and stuff. Not naked. I don't know if I really want to see naked Trump. Well, okay, I'll see naked Trump.
Yeah, sure.
His tiny little penis and his small hands and a big old beer gut.
Yeah.
Be pretty attractive.
Ugh. See, now I've got that visual stuck in my head. And
It's a good.
We
just,
should-
just think about a naked orangutan, but shaved.
you know, I'd rather not.
I'm just saying that's.
We should sign a petition that gets him to nail, like, Alexis, Texas.
Fuck no, we should get me. You should get a petition for me to nail Alexis Texas.
Okay, I mean, I can start
Why
that
would
too.
I want to see him nail her? If I had the
Well-
power to get anyone to nail her,
Oh my god, right?
yeah. Fuck him. He's had enough good luck.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
that's all he's had is luck.
That's true.
I think yeah. No, but I mean, you know, a petition maybe to see if the hands match the cock. That's what.
You think? I don't think they do. There's been a lot of talk that he has a small dick.
He has small hands.
Does he?
Yeah.
I've never really looked at his hands.
That was a big thing.
I've never looked at his hands.
Yeah, but that was a big thing. Like,
Seems like he has big hands, though.
who was it? Kasich or Cruz? Cruz called him out
Of course.
for having like tiny hands. Well, he was trying.
Right.
Do you remember when he was just going at everyone?
I know.
Yeah, Cruz was trying with something, and that got to him too. He got all irritated by it. You know, and the size of my hand are normal. You know,
Now that you say that, actually, I think I remember Rush talking about that.
yeah, probably.
I don't support Rush, by the way. That's just what my friend's dad
Bullshit.
always
You
listens
love
to.
Rush?
I do. I just want a Rush
You're
cock in my mouth.
Big old right wing.
I have a shrine in my room. I have a picture of him and then all my illegal prescriptions down there.
You spend your days off with your shirt off, standing on your porch yelling at all the black kids.
Right?
Hey, you little jigaboo, get back here.
Right?
It's a good look.
It is. I mean, I gotta represent my right-wing people.
But, no, back to the debate again. It's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I definitely thought it was. But I didn't take much out of it. I really couldn't.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I have a hard time picking a winner. Because I didn't get a lot out of it. And it was the same with the first debate. I just saw a lot of bickering.
We got to see.
Wrong.
Right. We got to see that Trump has basically said that he's going to run things like a third world country would.
Yeah.
Because South Africa, they had when their two candidates were running. Well, the one just had the other one arrested.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Right.
which he says, and his people say, "Oh, he's not going to do that.
Yeah, he
it was
will.
just talk."
I feel like
I feel like it is just talk. I bet you, if he wins, after the whole debate, after the whole thing's done, if he wins, He'll be like, Hillary she's a good woman, blah blah blah. Because he did that to everybody.
It's true.
Like he basically said that like Cruz's dad killed.
Yeah, he's a Zodiac
JFK.
killer.
Yeah, but afterwards, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all talk, which is shitty because you don't know if you were to vote for him, you don't know what you're actually voting for.
Right. Which is another problem when you're running a country.
It really is. It's the same with Gary Johnson.
Yeah, Gary Johnson's a joke, though. The whole independent party is a joke. The way they
tell
conduct
Wes
them...
that.
I will.
Wes is all about
I know he is. He's always posting stuff on Facebook, but the way they conduct themselves... It's no wonder that there is a reason that you never see the independence debate on TV.
Well, and here's the thing. They had a chance this time.
Yeah, they
Let's
did.
say what they could have done if they were smart. Like, for one, did you see that letter that Wes posted up on Facebook?
Yes.
Where it was to Mike Pence?
Yes.
Why are you going after Mike Pence? He's a douche.
Right.
I mean, if they were smart, what they would have done is, before this whole thing even started, they would have been like, hey, Bernie, why don't you run as an independent?
Right.
They would have the strongest independent candidate. Nobody on the right side liked their candidates. The left side doesn't really like theirs either. Bernie, I mean, that would have been your real shot to have an independent win, win office. But no, they choose some pot smoking dude. I mean, to me, it just seemed lackluster, to say the least.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm still really bummed out about Bernie. I was really going for the old man. Even though he's a Jew.
I was hoping that there would be I was really hoping, before we got this far along. Because now you can't replace anybody.
No.
There's already voting going on now. Or up to 20 days before.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Did you hear that, by the way, that Trump told everybody to go vote 20 days after the election was over?
I saw that. But I was hoping, 2 months ago or so, it would escalate so high on Hillary's camp that they'd be like, listen, we've got to pull out because she's going to get arrested.
I know.
I was really hoping for that. And that's why, I know for a fact that whatever she did wasn't that bad. Because she was skewered with a fine-tooth comb, and they didn't find anything that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really hoping for that, because I was like, then they'll put Bernie in.
I know.
Bernie will kick some ass.
Right.
And I'll give more of a shit. This is probably the most shit I've given.
Yeah.
And that should be something to celebrate over the second debate, but it didn't. You know what it did for me? It was like watching Cam Newton, or hearing that he was going to have the concussion and not play. I was already for that.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
right.
All right, I just pushed it over the limit.
Yeah. Yeah, and, it kind of sucks, because I was telling my buddy last night, I'm 20 years old. This is the first election that I've ever had a possible say in, and this is what I get dealt.
Yeah, this is the craziest, though.
I tell you what, I would have been happy if I could have voted last.
You know what my first one was?
What?
Gore and Bush.
Oh.
Yeah. No, let me tell you, because we all voted for fucking Gore, and, he got robbed.
But see, here's the thing. That's why I'm not even going to bother voting. Popular votes don't matter. In Kansas, they do not matter, because it will always, always vote Republican.
And they say this every election, but I feel more strongly this election that they are going to matter this time.
In Kansas?
I think so.
I don't think they will. I really don't, because
I haven't seen a lot of people with Trump signs or anything around here.
I have.
I see more, if you drive around town or whatever, I see more Hillary.
I haven't seen any around town, I don't think.
There's a few, yeah, especially where I live, if you drive in that area.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The people don't matter. It's the electorals. And the electorals always go Republican.
If they can. If it's 50-50 or below.
That's when it matters.
But we're almost always 80-20 Republican.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why the popular votes
might be less than 50-50 this time.
I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be pretty... I bet it will be about 70-30 Republican, because the only time popular votes matter is when it is close with the electorals. Yeah, Kansas is never close.
I think it'll be close this year.
You do?
I do, because it's Trump. Like,
But
if it
it's
was
Hillary.
Bush, if it was, someone else. But I don't think a lot of Republicans look at Trump the same way that they looked at. But you can't overlook certain things about him.
Right.
And a lot of this shit is coming out now. There's supposed to be another videotape coming out where he says nigger.
But here's the
And
thing.
especially if that
If
drops,
that comes out, then he's done. But here's the thing. Yes, it is Trump, and yes, you can't overlook some things about him.
a lot of things.
A lot of things. But I have heard a lot of Republicans say that no, they don't like either, but they are definitely going with Trump. I've heard a lot of them say that.
I haven't seen as much. When it was Obama and...
Well, but that's the thing. You aren't going to see a lot because if you see something, that means that the person is actively supporting them. These people that I'm talking about, they aren't actively supporting him.
I get what you're saying.
But they're going to vote for him probably just because he's Republican, to be honest. And it's not Hillary. They aren't actively supporting him, so they aren't going to put anything out. But they are going to vote for him.
See, I don't know, especially in Kansas, because here's another thing. Tim Hodge, and he's running against I can't remember his name at the moment, but I have seen more people supporting Tim Hodge, and they're like, fuck, I can't remember the guy's name. They're
I know who
like,
you're
fuck
talking
this
about.
guy because he's one of Brownback's guys,
Right.
And Hodge is a Democrat.
Yeah.
I see that a lot, and
Yeah. And
I don't think the R is, especially because the R has, especially Kansas, has fucked Kansas bad.
Oh, yeah.
We're very...
Right.
I don't know a single person that wants Brownback.
And I'm kind of curious how many people who are not supporting Trump but say they will vote for him realize that he wants to basically promote Brownback.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them realize that, and I wonder if that would
understand,
change it a
especially
lot.
to a financial czar.
Because that's one thing. I haven't talked
there's-
to anybody who supports Brownback.
There's
anybody.
so many people, though, or so many things that I don't think people know.
Right.
Like
I
the whole
don't think
Pence
anybody...
thing.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
what I
a
was...
lot of people know about Pence.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Not many people...
And it's just one of those many things.
I've got 13.
But, what's the time?
4:57.
Oh, okay. This is easier.
Doing hand signals, smoke signals.
Right.
Cuckoo.
I just, I don't know. I think this will be different. I know it said that every fucking election, everyone says that. I'm going to vote.
I hope. I really do hope that it's close enough where we vote Democrat. I do, because if you look at... I'm going to go out on a limb and just say any state that is not Republican, they have a much better economy than we... Mississippi, they're Republican. They are literally the poorest. Actually, funny thing, they are the poorest and the dumbest state in America.
Makes sense. It's also Mississippi.
That is a legitimate poll. They are the dumbest and the poorest, and they're Republican. Economy especially is one of those things that I don't think I'll ever trust a Republican with.
No.
Ever. Because
and that was what you're supposed to.
Right. And really, if you look at... California is a great example of it. You kick out all the Republicans, bring in all Democrats. In 2 years, they went from, what was it, like $14 trillion in debt to $9 billion in the plus?
Yeah.
Somewhere around those...
Yeah.
The point is, you went from trillions in debt to billions in 2 years.
In 2 years.
Because you kicked out the Republicans.
Right.
Colorado.
Got done with all those tax cuts. And that's the other thing, too. Like what you're about to say with Colorado, Republicans are so conservative on social issues.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll never have legal weed. You'll
Well,
never have,
And I was... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just talking to my parents a couple days ago about this, actually, because they're very staunch Christians. One of them, I'm not going to say which, likes weed. The other one does not.
I find it weird.
I know, but the point is, they don't think weed should ever be legalized. But I was like, check this out.
Wait, even the one that uses it?
No, they do.
Oh.
They do. It's the other one. But I'm like, here's the thing. I understand that the only people who really argue against weed comes from the religious faction.
The religious?
Yes.
Why the religious?
Because it's a drug.
But
I've always argued it comes from the ground. And
you
in the
don't
Bible...
do anything to it.
I know, and in the Bible, God does say, use the plants of the ground, and paraphrasing,
Right.
mind you, but he basically says, use the plants of the ground, that's what they're there for.
Did you ever argue the fact that there's more chemicals and it's more drug is alcohol.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have.
And that person consumes alcohol.
But we're
correct?
getting a little off topic here. But the point is, I completely agree. I have argued that. But what I was telling them was, get a Democrat in there because they'll legalize weed. Even if you don't want legalized weed, just don't do it, and you'll be fine. It has no effect on you if it gets legalized.
No.
Not only does it not have an effect on you, but it'll really help our economy because we are struggling.
But all of our money is going to the rich. That's the problem.
Well, that too.
Yeah, like I've said before, Kansas is going to see the most homeless people they've ever seen here very shortly. But, I mean, I agree 100% with you. The one message I would send all the stoners, especially the ones that have it legally in their state, don't drive and smoke the shit. Stop.
Yeah, just don't ruin it for other people.
Right.
Because that is Colorado. Their accident rates have gone up
like 100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's
almost doubled pretty much the accident rates, and which is kind of weird because my dad was a firefighter for 32 years and he never saw one, but they also don't drug test them right there, so it's kind of hard to say that there weren't any. But they're kind of they're getting to the point where they may end up ruining it because it's helping the economy, sure, but when people get in accidents all the time, be like, okay, if you're not responsible enough,
if you have a pothead like nail a kid or something.
Oh yeah. It'll be done.
It'll really. I mean.
Yeah. Like if you're not responsible for it, we're gonna take it away. It's like disciplining a little kid.
Fucking be an adult about it.
Yeah.
Buy your weed at a store, go home and smoke.
I mean, come on.
Be lucky that you can do that.
I will always argue you can't get addicted to weed. I will argue that to the death. Weed is not an addictive drug. It's incredible. It really is, but it's not addictive.
No.
And so the fact that you can't just relax.
Home.
Yeah, just relax. Go get it. Wait, you have a 20-minute... I've seen traffic in Colorado. It's not bad. So you wait 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, to get home, and then you can just blaze it up.
Hey, you want something? Fucking order it. They got Lyft. They got Uber if you really need to get out.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, they have a delivery system now. Yeah. Some of the shops do.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on. It's like Pizza Hut for weed.
Stop doing this shit. I mean...
Right?
Fuck. I think we're going to end up taking a break, though. We got 40 minutes or so.
Just about. We're working on just to explain a little bit, this new system that we're doing, we're working on it. We're
fighting memory issues is basically what we're doing.
The files are too big. So, we'll be back.